All right. Hey everybody, Games with Chin here. And normally I do a video of the accessibility videos reviews, but unfortunately, since Mixer has a safety video that you have to watch, and I only use mobile, I have to figure out how to do the safety video to get my video back. So we'll have to do audio only, but I'll go in great detail about how I play and everything. So, I was born with a rare disease called AMC for short. And the way I play essentially is my hands are curled, so I don't have any use of my fingers. And I play with the Xbox One Elite, and I place it on top of my hand, and I use the upper left paddle on the back. That's my shoot button. We'll go into that in a minute. I also use the adaptive controller on some games. Some games I don't require it as much. So let's. Now, I'm not going to speak much about the colorblind and all that because I'm not colorblind or deaf, so I don't want to talk about situations and disabilities that I don't know much about. I don't feel I could give a very fair review on that, so I'm going to discuss from the perspective of somebody with range of motion issues. I think that would be the best. Okay. Down here, we'll go to options. Okay. So, starting out, we have a control schemes. Okay. As you can see, you have your default, which is like most shooter games. Left trigger, you hold that down to aim. Right trigger, shoots. In Gears of War, right button reloads in the default. Normally it's X. Left button is your TACCOM and objectives. You got many different control schemes here. And this is a cool one right here, face trigger. For the people that can't use like right trigger and stuff real well. Y to aim, X to shoot. That's really cool. They did a good job on that. Not a lot of games put face buttons to shoot. I go with the standard default because I use the paddle on the back, and it makes things. Okay. Here's what I like. Control scheme here with the sticks. Now, you have the default, which is where the left analog stick for most of you. For me, the left analog stick is the right analog stick. I move it because it's closer to the face buttons. I use my chin character, and I use my chin mixed with my bottom lip. Like that. So, big one for me is they put in Legacy. This is massive. What this does is, normally when you stick, it's up, moves forward, down, moves backward, left makes the character straight, walk sideways, right makes the character right. Well, for people with range of motion issues, or play with one hand, or in my case, chin, trying to navigate two analog sticks simultaneously while hitting the face buttons is just not super feasible. So Gears of War, put the Legacy sticks in where you can run, turn. So basically on one stick, it's up moves forward, down moves backward, left turns the character left, and right turns the character right. Absolutely huge. I wish more games would use it, or give you the option to customize each directional input so much. Here you got your triggers. It allows you to swap what LT and RT is. It's very handy for people that use one trigger over the other. I know one thing that I wish Gears did that makes this incredibly difficult is you have to aim down your iron sights in order to get a reticle shoot. So if you're a person that usually plays games in hip fire, this is going to be very, very difficult because there's no reticle at all when you hip fire. You have to use the iron sights only in order to actually aim and see where you're shooting, or be very good at guessing where you're shooting. Very good at guessing. But you can see here you have your regular sensitivity, invert. You can toggle your primary weapon using one direction on the D-pad. Very handy. It comes in really, really handy. Directional roll, analog cover. This is a cool feature for people who may not be able to press buttons really quick. You can either quick tap, where it's your standard, you mash the button to just, or you press and hold. And you just hold down the button and it automatically will do it as if you're pressing. Okay. This is probably the biggest feature I've seen in any game, literally any game I've ever played. The shooter, it's called swap sticks while aimed. Normally when you are aiming down your iron sights, you have to use your move. So normally your left analog stick moves and your right analog stick aims. In iron sights, you have to use your opposite analog stick to aim the gun around. Well, he did here, and it is absolutely people who don't have the ability to simultaneously use two. Hold down the aim button. Automatically takes aim stick you use. Whatever your left analog stick is set to. In my case, the right analog stick is. So when you hold down your iron sights, your move stick becomes your aim. So like if you're a sniper, or if you don't really move much, like if you aim down and are okay aiming instead of moving, brilliant. Absolutely a thing that Microsoft has done here. I could not be happier with this. It helps out so much. Absolutely all I can say. And over here you got various game, like automatic reload, button prompts, stuff like that. Got your calibrations, audio, you got like your subtitles and stuff like that. Don't worry about like matchmaking. Okay. Now I can't speak from experience on like colorblind because I'm not colorblind, and it would not be fair for me to give my opinion on that. It just wouldn't be fair at all. And increase the subtitle size, which is very helpful for people that may have vision impaired. Again, you can do that. And then they got text to speech and speech to text. Another fantastic feature that will help out. It's amazing the accessibility options they've put in. Okay, and one of the things that I really like, and I wish more games did, is the ability to completely change every button. I mean, minus the analog stick directional input. They've already covered that with legacy sticks. You can customize what every button does. Very, 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 very helpful. And not be happier with that. There's only a couple things with this game that I would change. One of them is toggle aim. Now, somebody who uses my chin, the ability to toggle aim, which is where you press the button and it automatically brings up the iron sights and keeps them up. So helpful, like legit, it is so helpful. But there's still improvement. There's always improvements that could be made down the road, and knowing Microsoft, they'll definitely do that. But they have it right now where you have to hold down the left stick, not the left stick, the left trigger. You got to hold it down to keep your iron sights up. That's one thing that I prefer toggle aim, where you just press the button. Especially in this game, since there's no reticle to hip fire. Like, you can't be a hip fire player. You can't. You have to use the iron sights to aim. That's one of the things that definitely would be helpful if they would put in reticle that was actually pretty accurate. It would make it where you could run and gun a lot easier than having to hold down the iron sights. Do that, and toggle aim would even make it a little easier. For the most part, they've done a fantastic job making this game. Another thing I wish they did is have it set as a default where you have to hold down the button. That I don't care for either, because since I'm using chin, it's hard to hold up on the analog stick and A, because then I can't turn the character well without my chin slipping off the A. So that's another thing I think that I wish they would made it where you could just, like most games nowadays, click the left analog stick and the character will just automatically run. Or like in Star Wars Battlefront 2, double tap up on the analog stick and your character will run, or auto run, where you hold down up and the character will just automatically sprint. Those are some of the features that they could have done, which would have made it a lot more. But I have no complaints, and this will help. Hopefully, maybe they'll take some of this into consideration, and I don't know. I'm just glad to do this and help people. Because there's a lot of people out there that you go on Google and you try to find information on legacy sticks in the game. Is this feature in the game? And there's not it. So I'm hoping these videos will help other gamers with disabilities be able to watch this and see for themselves what they can and can't do in the game. It'll help them make a proper decision on if this game is. So far, with Gears 5, accessibility wise, I would give it an 8. Did a fantastic job with a lot of features, but there's a few things I think I missed. There's a few things that they could have done to make this game more accessible than it. But overall, 8 out of 10. It is amazingly done. The one stick, when you're aiming, I wish more games would implement that, especially since a lot of times in games, Battlefield, and then I like to snipe. That is the biggest thing they did, in my opinion. It is the most innovative feature I've ever seen in a video game. Combine 2 sticks into one. For that, I give Microsoft utmost respect. That is just amazing. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. If you guys want to see gameplay, like if you want to see gameplay of me playing how I actually play, I have review videos of Remnant from the Ashes, as well as Friday the 13th, the game, on my YouTube. It is Games Space with Chen. The G, W, and C are caps. I actually have videos of that. That's before Mixer did that. But yeah, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and this helps you make it. Gears 5 is right. Everybody from Microsoft watches this. Thank you guys for an amazing. I hope this Nightfall. There's a couple ideas to put in, or even a future game. Yeah, I think that's it. Review video. So